We just spotted a snake right outside our room. Where's the room number? And then it crept in to the balcony, literally. Pretty creepy. And then decided to make its way underneath a bench in the balcony.
I'll just get that shot and come.
See, that's what happens. The M4 demands respect. So we're all set to be going to Hilton Shillim. 653 horsepower is what we're traveling in. 800 Newton meters of torque. Can you guess what that car is? The XM, baby. Now all of this is made possible due to one dealership that really doesn't seem to give up at all. Even though I bought a car from them like almost, like about 2-3 years ago, Navneet Motors, they still keep you in their hearts. Super thanks to them for this. So right down in there is our 4.4 litre turbocharged V8 that makes 653 PS, 800 Newton meters of torque. And yes, this is that hybrid setup, but there we have it, the XM. Are you comfy?
Very.
So we are moving in the XM on our way to Hilton Shillim. Enjoying all the Alcantara in the car right here. Super fancy looking M AC vents. We get a Bowers & Wilkins sound system, so there's no Harman Kardon going on. So the Bowers & Wilkins in this car is, take a look at this, it's running all across the dash. A bit of nice AC indentation out there as well. So the sound system in the car is super immersive. It's running right above my head, all around. Completely gives you a total clubby vibe. You can have a complete party. So for the bass lovers out there, this sound system is the real deal. All the interiors at the back. Looks like a couch from here, man. How do you put the XM ka shade behind? Tell me that.
That doesn't go behind, man.
What nonsense!
What nonsense what? That's a performance car. Who needs a sunroof in a performance car?
Bro, what are you saying? It's designed like it's a sun, it's like a shade, that's what it is. No wonder there's no sunroof opening thing out. It's just a design. Can't wait to get my hands behind the wheel as well, but because it's a chauffeur event, we're just waiting for that right moment. Take a look at how flush all of this carbon fiber sits. We have the glossy gear panel area right here. Now the attention to detail inside the cabin is pretty precise. I think that's what happens, isn't it? When you drill a hole of about 3 CR in your bank account, you do expect some stuff like this, and maybe when you even look at it, you'd be like, okay, whatever, that had to be there. Perhaps there should have been even more. But still, let's quickly get into these little bit of nitty-gritty detailed moments inside the XM. The stitching that's running across here on the dash, and the stitching that's running across here below the AC vents, and then again it's running along the center console right out here. So well tethered, and of course it's even running along the door panel. Lets you keep your arm on that as though you're in a yacht, merging seamlessly into the dash out there. And we have this little bit of suede Alcantara coming in, adding to the richness. And then we have the sculptured design in the roof, which is rattling a little bit right now, but it's okay. The ambient lighting coming up from right there as well. Cranes is absolutely balling. Some more stitching inside the seat, which is so soft actually. And we have the XM badge right out here. Pretty neat. It's all perforated, the seats. 6 stitching that's running around this side as well. In a lavish mansion. That's pretty much what the M should actually stand for out here, I'd say. Besides it being motorsport, of course. Take a look at that gap which is there in the door panel where you could put your hand in the middle. Yeah, that gap exactly. Put your hand in there, Prina, and show us. Yeah, that's right. And take a look at her headroom as well. She's 5'9", but she's got massive amounts of headroom up there.
Very nice.
It's actually on. Can you believe it right now? And there's no sound. Power on demand is the first feeling. So it's huge. I'm seated so high up. Commanding position totally. This thing is just simply like a bullet train. Steering feedback as well. It's all on point. It's very much doting straight down. Of course, it doesn't handle as good probably as M5, but that's not what it's really meant to do. This is all about the power and that ruggedness that is, to give you that kind of joy when you're driving it, as well as not being worried about potholes or whatever that come along the way. They have these carbon paddles as well to play with right over there. The paddles are so good to feel and touch at the back. Pure M, baby. Even maneuverability in traffic, it's alright. There is that slightest bit of body roll as well when you're trying to perform these quick cuts and turns, but you have to really look around this car before doing so because of the sheer size that it has. And in corners, it makes you feel those gear shifts just the way an M really wants you to feel it, keeping you so engaged. I mean, a V8 being so quiet, so muted and refined is just simply unheard of, but that's just the way the environment demands vehicle manufacturers to do so right now. Can you feel it? I mean, even downshifts are like just simply, you see, but that's just literally the loudest it gets. Doesn't even downshift when you want to do. There's a burst that happens the moment you upshift that you can actually feel through the exhaust. So across the 200 mark and you really feel the speed. Talks to you, the car. It's all about giving you that driving pleasure. 3 at the back as well is pretty comfortable in this. Prerna, could you please show us this side of the car? Take a look. Massive window panes, making it feel super airy. Big rear view glass as well. Let's check out some of the ambient lighting now. Flamingo, Indigo. And there we go, it's off. So it actually syncs with the music. So when you select what level of massage you want, it even shows up, I think, on the iDrive screen, isn't it? Here we have it, the massage center. And you can actually do pelvic action, or you want whole body action. It actually calls it action for some reason.
Activation.
Oh, wait a minute, it's bloody activation, damn it. No, but so it should have been action actually, that would have been fun. So we have lumbar massage, showing the pulsating feeling on the seat out there. So it's taken us a long while to reach Shillim today, mainly because we left at peak hour and it's a Saturday. The main thing with this car is that just simply it's a complete looker. People can't get their eyes off it, man, on the road. Everyone takes a look at it and it looks like something of the future that's just traversing amidst the ordinary. 360-degree camera out here as well. So we've got some intense level of fog right now out here. Got these M mirrors. So on the final approach to Shillim, we're going through some of the roughest patches possible. A good test of the suspension on the XM. And I gotta say, it's coping up rather really well. The chassis as well, it's optimized and it's acting like an SUV in this case. So that off-road test continues for the XM. The bad patches on this road which has never been repaired really since the inception of this hotel. And so after nearly 4.5 hours, we've reached Hilton Shillim. So we've made it to Hilton Shillim after almost 5 hours. Cranes looks exhausted, but not too much because she believes that the XM had some pretty comfortable seats. The room key is actually enclosed in this case that is like a BMW smart key. But the nano grunt coming in, the rear-wheel drive action. Just got done with lunch, so we're still walking, trying to figure out how far, where the room actually is. So what's really funny about Shilim is that it's such an environmentally conscious property, and yet they use these 15-year-old Tata Nanos across it. So it seems like they have a serious shortage of nano vehicles to move you from one point to the other. And the rooms that were allotted are the good ones, and the good ones are actually far from the restaurant. They're far from most spots around the property. We finally got this nano to our rescue. Saved us. So there we have it. 508. And this is literally the exclusive walk down to our room. All of these steps, just like all of those years ago, leading up to our bedroom. Can I have the key, please? There we have it, the key. The BMW casing. And that's our villa with the forest view. So exclusive presentability. So I wish there was like a bit of a pool out here, so you can actually wash your feet out here, I think, if you come in dirty. If you go bare feet forest walk for some reason. 508, there it is. It's one key coming out. And all our baggage is in. They've put some plastic on the tables outside. But look at the size of the room, baby! High ceiling, big ass balcony. It's because of the rain, I think that's the reason. So we're gonna walk right on towards the bathroom that's fascinated trains so much. Sliding door for it. What's in here? WC area. What's out here? We have a rain shower, like an open air shower out there, which is so cool. Another shower out there. And then there's another one out here. We've got a nice little bathtub which is embedded. So they've covered everything in plastic out here. Here's the rain, but just take a look at this view. It's so isolated. The kind of privacy that you wouldn't really even get in Ambi Valley. So serene, so quiet. We are currently on our way to the spa. The Dharna Spa. So we're just chilling, waiting for our therapy in the Dharna Spa. So we just got done with a very rejuvenating spa session, which is part of our BMW package. So we're just heading for breakfast right now before we pack up completely and get out of Hilton Shillim. And now comes the painful part. Waiting for that damn nano. So we just got done with a rather heavy breakfast. So the final take before we leave Shillim is that I came here like about 7 years ago and pretty much very little has changed. Increase the number of nano pickup vehicles because there are only about 12 or 13 as compared to the number of rooms, which are almost about 99. That's a very ridiculously low number because the wait times, they keep telling you, even if you call for a vehicle, it's about 15 to 20 minutes. Although it doesn't really take that long, but still, you would think twice. You would think twice before getting out of the room. There's a limit to the walking bit as well, because the restaurants across the property are pretty far from each room. And other than that, it's an excellent spot if you want to get some kind of introspection in your mind, rethink your life. It'll be great. Especially with the trashy road that leads to the property, you would want 2 nights in this property to forget about all of that and just simply be immersed in all this greenery. Just trying to hail this nano. Nano stuff. Thank you. We just spotted a snake right outside our room. Where's the room number? So the snake ended up scaling our balcony wall, and then it crept in to the balcony literally. Pretty creepy. And then decided to make its way underneath a bench in the balcony. Having followed its path, we immediately called the emergency services. They came into the room real quick and they dug it all up, took off all the couches off that bench which was in the balcony, and pretty much just the way snakes do, this one had slithered away and it wasn't to be found. So I'm right now with the most rugged person on our trip, Mr. Umesh, who spent his whole night in the balcony in this chilly, green-ridden full of oxygen environment. And he said he had a very good night, but it even forced him to skip his breakfast. So I'm with Julian right now, and as usual, Leeds' finest. Tell us more about your experience at Shilim today and yesterday.
You tell us what's the experience was like.
My experience was pretty much driven by the XM. And now all I can say is I'm looking forward to the next one.
Wonderful. It will be quite soon. I hope you enjoy the time.
Absolutely, I always do. Thank you so much.
Everyday thing, apart from the everyday routine.
Yeah, it's a good break from it. You get to see snakes as well once in a while. There's our car. So gigantic. And we have Tarun opening the boot, which is massive. We have the button up top to just simply shut it. Umesh, thank you for being so kind as always and so brave to sleep in the balcony last night. Yeah, exactly that. See you all.